After confronting the Infinites and, well, myself, we have a lot to think about. Eternus, one of the Infinites, has apparently been thinking a lot too. The Infinites want to change Nosdormu into his infinite form, Moruzand, and we don't want that. And after learning about Nosdormu, I think Eternus may be persuaded to not want that either. I've set up a meeting between Nosdormu and Eternus to get them talking, but I want someone else there, in case something goes wrong.
Take care of yourself out there.
Eternus is lost, a lot like you were, Nosdormu. If we can help her, then perhaps she will see our point of view. So, in this case, Eternus and Chromie, they got like tangled up as they went through the timeways, and we had to save both of them. Eternus played a big part into trying to corrupt Nosdormu at the beginning of the game. Then we moved on into the latest patch, where they did like the whole big dungeon, and we had to travel through time, and we had basically ended up in two timeways. In one, we saved Nosdormu from becoming Moruzand, and the other is we stopped Iridikron from sucking something out of whatchamacallit? Galagrond, right? Ultimately, we decided on the timeline in which we saved Nosdormu from becoming Moruzand, but of course the Moruzand storyline it's a bit vague. What they're building up to now is that apparently Eternus met Nosdormu, so apparently he didn't know about original Nosdormu or something. And they've been thinking, and maybe we can show them our point of view, which is obviously the correct point of view, right? Nosdormu just does not see what drives the Infinite. That is his blind spot. And well, neither do we know what drives you, but okay.
The sands of time are plentiful.
This will be a delicate meeting. Allow me to do the talking.
The future will unfold as it was meant to.
Eternus clearly has something that she wishes to impart to us. I'm unsure where this conversation will lead, but I trust Chromie. If she believes that Eternus can be swayed, I trust her judgment.
Sir Eternus, I am honored you accepted our invitation.
Cool.
Honored? Accepted our invitation? Such formality. I suppose I should not be surprised.
It is no secret that our flights view our timeline differently, but I had hoped to meet to discuss peace between us.
Peace? You have no idea what drives us, Nosdormu. Why we embrace the Infinites.
Then help me understand. I seek to mend the rift between our peoples. Tell me, what was your reason, Eternus?
My reason? My reason is Moridormi.
Seeing all of time is my fate and my curse.
I'm tired of importance being ascribed to arbitrary events in the timeline. Who is Moridormi?
Moridormi was my sister. She died at the hands of the Black Dragonflight. I wanted to save her. I was denied.
Sometimes, moments in time must stay as they are for reasons that are not readily apparent.
Corruption of
I
Nosdormu.
have turned that moment over and over in my mind. There is nothing, not one reason why she should have been lost to me.
Wait, hold up for just 1 second, Nosdormu. So we just spent a patch, right? We spent a patch trying to save your ass, trying to change the timeline, and now you have the balls to tell Eternus, like, nah. Some moments just have to stay the same.
There is more than one way to solve any problem.
So the loss of her sister is at the root of everything.
The one path.
Eternus intends to
must
show us what
be
happens. I
preserved.
think she also seeks to change the past. Normally, I would not entertain this idea.
You then show me, Eternus.
So be it. And if my sister can be saved, then you must concede that the Infinite's point of view is valid.
I do love.
It hurts us all, and sometimes blinds us. But I hope, for what it is worth, that she is right.
I do love how we're actually learning the motivation of some of the infinites, which is kind of great. Tanaris, Ruins of Uldum. Hurry up, holding time in a standstill is draining. Apologies, Eternus, please show us what you will when you are ready. I've held time so you would not miss Moiraidormi's fate. When I let go, you will see my sister's pointless death. Okay, so we're in Tanaris, Ruins of Uldum. We got some Bronze Dragon Eggs. The Valley of the Watchers, alright.
Change is good. We will meet again.
Eternus, why did you time lock Noble? I do not want them to interfere yet. You are free now. Step forward to where the time fragments gather. Then I will unpause time and we will start.
Our final meeting? Or our first?
Alright. Quietly observe what happened in history.
It is good to see you here.
Alright, so I can't heal them, that's a shame. Trapped in a single moment in time. Alright, let's see what they got to say. That is Vexemia, one of the black dragons that fell into madness. Then you will be an easy kill. Moiraidormi made a last stand here. That monster killed her. But it does not have to be that way. We can change the past and save her. Is Vexemia the one that was like time-locked on the Isles?
Time is set in sand, not stone.
What?
May your possibilities be infinite. Our paths cross at last. Remember, some rules are meant to be broken. Change is good. Question everything. There is more than one way to solve any problem. May your possibilities be infinite. Time is set in sand, not stone. Remember, some rules are meant to be broken.
Could it be possible to help Moiraidormi? On the surface, it may seem like we can. But I sense something is off here. Why was Vexemia chasing her? What will happen if Vexemia does not move on? I felt like we are missing something. Wait, but what happened to the whole you're not supposed to change your moment of demise? What do you mean? What?
Be mindful of which threads you pull on.
What do you intend to change, Eternus? We should tread lightly here. I will do what I must.
Our paths cross at last.
Do you not agree that Moiraidormi can be saved? We infinites often save those that we think suffered needlessly, worthy or not. Supposedly, Mori died too close to the capital time just east of us. Using too much time magic here could have consequences. But this should be quick. Chronoloord Deus was in possession of an artifact that could forcefully rewind time. The Bronze Dragonflight has them now. We will rewind time and then destroy Vexemia. Simple.
We will meet again.
You can easily rewind time, can you not? Yes, though I will use the Chronoloord's artifact to reduce the pressure on the timeline. Join me, Noble. These sands will protect you from the forced rewind. Huh. Ah, that's all. It's rewind time. Huh? I will get into position. You cannot hide from me, little dragon. Ah, so you choose to die fighting. Good for you, I guess. Sister, you're here. What's going on? I will explain later. We are here to help. This paladin is with you. Please aid me. Alright, so we need to confront her. I was like, what if I just let them all die? But okay. Thesaurus. Thank you very much for the 37. I have allies as well. Assist me, I'm a brood. No, how is the outcome the same? I must reset. I'm pausing time again. Okay. Driven to madness by Deathwing's influence. Paused and trapped in time. Morai is dead again. And you changed Pupkus. Okay. You have anything to say, Nosdormu?
There is only one true timeline.
The artifact has the ability to force time into retreat for a very short time with few side effects. Few, but not zero. Artifact we got from Chronolord Deos. When did we get this artifact? Probably.
Another time, perhaps.
Change is good.
That did not go as I planned, but I will not give up. We could just rewind again until we get it right.
Question everything.
We were overwhelmed by her companions. Morai Dormi was still killed. I need another strategy, one that will actually protect her. She is what matters. Go rewind time, including our actions. After the rewind, I will hold time in place. And we could try to make defenses for her.
We will meet again.
Alright. There is a way. I just know it. Eternus. We're trying again, Nosdormu. Nosdormu, aren't you supposed to go like, yo, we're not allowed to change our moment of demise? And so it goes, the loop is closed. That was your whole prerogative, remember? When the Titan showed you your moment of demise? And you were like, oh, okay, that means I can't do anything I want? No? We're just gonna rewind time. Each attempt will create time fissures, but fuck it, let's see their point of view, shall we? That is one reason the Bronze Dragonflight does not meddle in this way. Be careful. But we can use the ambient energy of the fissure elementals to make a shield. Yes, yes. That is unethical. Time may flow like sand, but it can also be brittle as glass. The fissures! Do not tell me what I already know. I will do what I must for Morai Dormi. It's trying to show her why you can't. Well, yeah, but why? But we are, though. That's the thing. We are. Like, just because we're messing with the timeline doesn't mean we can't do it. Notice, by the way, how our boy Nosdormu is just standing in the corner letting things happen. Imagine if he actually stepped up and joined the battle. Imagine what would happen then, hey? Pour the sand into the hourglass I conjured. Come back when all four are in place and we'll use them to shield her. Alright. For all I know, this is gonna work, you know? And Nosdormu is gonna be like, yo, the infinite way, there's something to be said about it. We can save whoever we want to save. So does that mean that there was somebody amongst the infinites who was like, you know what, that Arthas guy, I really like him, we should keep him alive. That Medivh guy, I'm a big fan, I love his parties in Karazhan, we should keep him alive. Is that why they were trying to mess with the timeline? Ha! Neat. This is an exceptionally strong shield. It may withstand the attack. Do not patronize me. I know it will work. Uh-huh. We were friends, Vexemia. You have a shield. I will boil the very sands below you and cook you inside. Oh, that's kind of gruesome. Oh, what do we have here? Bronze Axe, huh? They can burn with you. Not again. And the axe destroyed. No. I thought for sure it would work. Foolish bronze scale. How did you not see this coming? Okay, that's a pretty fucking good burn.
Time is set in sand, not stone.
That was not any better. It was clearly even worse. I'm trying not to lose focus. What if we attacked again?
May your possibilities be infinite.
We just need to be stronger and faster. I believe there's something important that you're missing. We cannot leave it like this, not with the Exo destroyed. I will come up with another idea. Restart time and... okay, perhaps I'll listen to Nosdormu. He keeps telling me that I have missed something. Yeah, they're obviously sacrificing themselves so that the X can live, right? Yes.
Remember, some rules are meant to be broken.
But Morai Dormi will die again. We need to act now. You expect something different from doing nothing? No, I cannot watch. I'm pausing. I need time to think.
Open your mind to what is yet to come.
Give Nosdormu a chance. Your way hasn't worked so far. Make a very compelling and extensive argument to attempt to distract the Eternus. Well, your way hasn't worked so far. That? What a rude thing to say. My ideas are sound, but I suppose we should hear Nosdormu out. Thank you. You cannot hide from me, little dragon. I do not want to fight you, Vexemia. Then you will be an easy kill. She is dead again. Why did you make me watch this? Go to her, Eternus.
May your possibilities be infinite.
What? Alright, still can't heal them. That's a shame.
My sister. I am sorry.
The child. Keep them safe.
Child.
Things are not always what they seem. Come out, little one. You are safe now.
A newborn whelp.
Born during the confrontation with Vexemia, Morai Dormi knew if she did not distract her,
Vexemia would have killed the whelp and destroyed the eggs. She died. My sister chose to die.
for our future. She's gone now. Go on, get help. You can make it. You will make it.
Let us leave this place.
Alright, I really like this questline. There's still plenty that they need to do the whole thing with Nosdormu and, like, not change a moment of demise. Like, even, you know. That's not fair, Talon. It's not fair if you already done it. But no, I really like this. Like, just show them why you shouldn't mess with the timeline. Not just because of what the Titans told us, but because, you know, reasons. Which, in its own way, creates a better view on keeping the timeline pure, right? Like, there is something to be said about we can save some of them, but not all of them. Some die with a reason, which I like more than just the decree of the Titans, which is you're not allowed to mess with the timeline. So yeah, this is actually really nicely done.
I see you have a part to play in this.
Will the eggs be okay? The newborn whelp will bring aid. All of them will survive. Nice.
Focus on the now.
Eternus. Hello.
Our paths cross at last.
Morai Dormi wanted the child to be safe, and the ex, I must respect her choice. Still wonder though, how did you become an infinite? If you, like, you tried this before and failed, right? That's how you became an infinite, but you realized even then that you couldn't change this, so you became an what? Huh?
Our final meeting.
If we continue to look into the
first.
past, we miss out on the present or even the future. Let us return to Teldresses. Do not worry about these time fracture elementals. They too will heal with time, as we all do.
Certain events are inevitable.
Huh. Morai Dormi, may you always walk the paths of time in our memory, in our hearts, and in our future. Huh. Interesting. Why they didn't shield the X? I mean, it's the idea of no matter what you do, you can't change this moment. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Doctor Strange, where he, the Infinite of Madness, where he tries to save his girlfriend, right? And he just rips the timeline apart and he messes up big time. I think that's the idea here. Like, this is a canon event. You're not supposed to change it, and no matter what you do, you cannot change the situation. You cannot let your sister die. Instead, what you should focus on is accepting why your sister made the choice and respect her for doing so. The timeways do not just keep guarded and protection. There's a certain agency when it comes to characters and choices that they make in life, and you should respect that. Yeah. Takes longer to come to that realization, though, a bit too quick. Yeah, but then would it be better if they made us come back here for a week and try to change it? Maybe. Maybe. At the same time, we gotta wonder, Eternus, right? How many times have they already tried to change that moment and failed? Maybe now with Nosdormu at their side, they were like, okay, maybe I have a better shot. You don't know, right? Like, we don't know what Eternus has been doing.
There is more than one way to solve any problem.
Without the artifact, changing time could cause damage to
The
the timeways.
sands
Yep.
of time are plentiful.
Yeah, what was that
precious.
artifact about, Tailing? Because they were like, yo, we need to get an artifact. And then they were like, oh yeah, we have the artifact. I was like, do we need to go to the Caverns of Time? Did I miss something there?
I always have time for you.
Chromie, speak to you in hushed tones. So how did it go? I learned that even if we can change something, it doesn't mean we should. We couldn't save Morai Dormi. She made the choice to give her life for the whelp. I learned that time travel is kind of terrible. Yes.
Oh my. I feel so sorry for Eternus. I hope she has finally found peace.
Chromie thinks for a moment and then smiles brightly.
Timeways must be preserved.
Chromie gives Eternus a simple nod as she sits down by her side.
Haven't we done this before?
Eternus is a new character, Mephinus, as far as I'm recalling. Added with Dragonflight and tried to convert Nosdormu into become a Morusant. I think it was meant to be the mention in the Mega Dungeon. Oh!
All that matters is this moment.
Collect the shoulder armor appearance. Right.
Another time.
Nosdormu. Are you going to tell me you were right?
No. Because I was not. Morai Dormi's death was a tragedy. It should not have happened.
I did not see the whole truth. My sister chose her fate.
As a steward of this timeline, I must always take the greater good and the free will of others into account. But you reminded me, Eternus, that compassion must be considered. Some events are worth changing because our hearts wish it so. On that, I agree with the Infinites.
You never wished to become Morusant. I wanted my aspect, but I too must remember compassion. And it tells me to follow you, just as you are. I will help you, but convincing the other Infinites will take time.
Wait, but what?
That, Eternus, we have in abundance.
I knew I could trust you with this, champion. Nice work.
Wait, but... Nosdormu? You're still supposed to become Morusant. What? And how is there gonna be an Infinite Dragonflight if you don't become Morusant? How are you gonna convince something if you don't exist? How? Aren't they supposed to fade out? Times change, yes, but not this one. Because he was like, yo, this is my destiny. How is he gonna tell other people that they are not supposed... How are you gonna tell other people that you're not supposed to change the timeline, and then you change the timeline for yourself? But there has to be a timeline where she doesn't accept it. No, our Nosdormu says I become Morusant. I didn't write that lore. That's what Blizzard did back in the Cataclysm, okay? Back in the Cataclysm, they made Nosdormu say, "Ah, and so it goes. I will fall to corruption, and you will slay me, hero. Timey-wimey, loop is closed. This is my moment of demise. But, as Thrall showed me, I must live in the moment and cherish the days that I have." You can't change that. Who told you that? Well, Nosdormu. But okay. So, I'm a little bit goofing. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not Oh my god, this is terrible. Because at the same time, let's be fair, that story that they came up with in the Cataclysm, yeah? That's that story that's like, what, 10 years ago? If we consider how often they have changes in story directions, maybe at some point they were like, you know what? We don't want Nosdormu to become Moruzand. Let's just change that minor thing. Because riding yourself in a loop like that, I can forgive it. And like I said, I really, really like how they're giving more nuance to the idea of you must safeguard the timeline. I really like how we're learning more about the infinite point of view. There's still the wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey business. Fair enough. But I guess we'll have to go with the idea that there is a timeline out there where Nosdormu does become Moruzand, whatever that might mean. What if we're not in the timeline anymore where he becomes Moruzand? Well, that's the problem with... Like, they wrote themselves in a loop. Our Nosdormu said that he becomes Moruzand. Regardless of whatever happens next, that was his moment of demise. So it's our Nosdormu, and his future was set in stone. It's just now with Dragonflight where they decided, you know what, that's not what we want to do with our Nosdormu anyways, and they allowed Chromie to change it. Which then in turn does play a part in the storyline, because Chromie changed the future. Like, we saw Nosdormu fall to corruption, and then she was like, no, I don't want this. So we prevented that from happening, but in exchange, Iridikron was able to escape with whatever power he got from Galagrand, right? So maybe that's what we did. Like, we created a branch off in the timeline. But that still changes what they established in the Cataclysm. But like I said, Cataclysm is a long-ass time ago. There are a lot of players that are like, yo, we have no idea what happened in the Cataclysm. And if they had a change of heart, if they wanted to change that lore, I don't think that is the most terrible thing to do. At the same time, they could play with the interesting idea that Chromie put us in the timeline, the worst timeline that Moruzand actually mentions.
And relics from the past.
When we face Moruzand, he's like, oh my god, you think this then time is bad? Nah, where I come from. Now that's a bad time. So, yeah, maybe Chromie pushed us into a timeline and Nosdormu still needs to become Moruzand. The story that they're building up right now doesn't seem to be hinting at that. It's more like, yo, I'll see it from your point of view, but I'm gonna stay Nosdormu now. You think it's still gonna happen a little bit further along the road? Interesting. Alright, hey, time's gonna tell, right?